New health insurance scheme for single mothers, new homes for Colihaut constituents by independents, and 5 new magistrates appointed to deal with special matters. Thank you for joining us on National Focus. I'm Shaakira Pierre. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
Think water, think life. Water refreshes, restores, cleans, and enhances growth. Potable water is a benchmark for development. DOWASCO is serious about its mandate to ensure easy access to potable water island-wide and provide sewage services for a cleaner environment. DOWASCO is your water and sewage company.
Thanks for staying with us. Single expectant mothers or single mothers with children under 3 will soon have less financial worries when a pilot health insurance scheme of government rolls out. Part of the 2016-2017 national budget includes allowances for government and Dominica's Social Security to develop a system that will afford this vulnerable group health insurance policies to better care for their children.
Immediately upon passage of this budget, Madam Speaker, government will discuss with the Dominican Social Security to determine how an initial installment of $5 million can be set aside and utilized in the creation and administration of a pilot health insurance scheme for these workers and their children.
Low-income single mothers employed in the hotel and tourism sector, distributive trades and small businesses were specifically identified. The plan is to develop the concept with time.
My thinking is that effective 1st January 2017, mothers of children 3 years and under and all expectant mothers in Dominica will be eligible to register with the pilot health insurance scheme to have up to 80% of all medical bills associated with the care of the unborn, newborn, and infant paid by the service. Madam Speaker, there are countries in this region and elsewhere that have implemented national health insurance programs. I do not believe it is beyond our capacity to create a facility that can first serve the needs of young mothers and mothers-to-be, and ultimately the needs of all Dominicans. This shall be effected by 1st January 2017.
At the 2016-2017 budget debate on July 29, the Honorable Minister for Justice, Reuben Blackmore, reported that 5 new magistrates would be appointed to deal with civil matters, traffic and environmental matters. The Ministry of Justice has been allocated $46.9 million for the 2016-2017 fiscal year. The Minister disclosed the responsibilities of these new magistrates.
We recognize, Madam Speaker, as society becomes more complex and there's a need for more transaction in terms of business, there's going to be a greater need to have titles, etc. You may need security to actually facilitate your investment, etc. So it's critical to put systems in place to improve the manner in which the certificates of titles, etc. Are being processed, and to create a new work ethic, which is critical for our advancement. A key layer to the whole administration of justice, Madam Speaker, has to do with the magistrate court. We have heard from the business sector time and time again that a number of matters, civil matters, are not being dealt with.
The Minister noted that there will be improved working conditions, delivery of service and customer satisfaction.
We have also appointed a lay magistrate who is currently going through a process of orientation so that he can deal with uncontested traffic matters and matters under the Litter Act, and of course matters relating to the environment. Further, we have appointed 3 more magistrates, and as of the 15th of August 2016, we shall be having late court, that is to say, to start from 6 in the night to go up all down to 9, 10 o'clock, so that people from the business community and persons who have to work, who have a simple traffic matter or a civil matter, do not have to go and waste an entire day at the court, magistrate court.
Part of the allocation will go towards continued work at the registry. The minister revealed that his ministry has embarked on a number of processes geared towards the modernization of the National Registry. Currently, there is a land information system and a modernized and more secure civil registry. Meanwhile, the Justice Minister commended the Social Services Minister for her work on family matters and matters dealing specifically with children.
You cannot just simply overnight set up a family court. You have to ensure that you have the legal facility to give it effect, and then you have the infrastructure, proper counseling mechanism, probation officers, distinct from the Ministry of Social Affairs.
The Honorable Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, has revealed that the Caribbean community is discussing ways of dealing with the recent trend of de-risking. De-risking is a practice of global banks ending or minimizing business with clients or categories of clients to avoid risk. According to Honorable Skerrit, regional banks are under threat.
Global banks have either terminated or threatened to terminate the corresponding banking relationships with some local banks in the region. Madam Speaker, this is not an issue limited to Dominica or even the Caribbean. It affects the Pacific and Africa also. But from a survey undertaken by the World Bank, the Caribbean has been identified as one of the geographic regions likely to be seriously affected. It has very little to do with the actions or inactions of governments, but has to do with the decision taken by larger banks. Corresponding banking relationships are critical for enabling key financial and economic transactions, and the loss of these relationships will have a serious economic impact on the Caribbean. CARICOM, Madam Speaker, has devised a strategy, and we are actively engaged in discussions to seek to address this ongoing matter.
At the request of the G20, the 20 largest economies, and the Financial Stability Board, and with the support of the Committee on Payments and Market Infrastructures, the World Bank Group has led a fact-finding mission. Their findings are that there is work to be done to address the objectives of promoting financial inclusion and increasing the integrity of the financial system. You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
Introducing the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app, available for download from the Google Play Store, One Mobile Market, and the Government of Dominica's website. Access to all ministries and sub-departments' phone, email and office addresses and websites. Simply select a ministry and a sub-department. You can dial directly from the app or save the numbers to your phone contacts. It's convenience at your fingertips.
Is my passport ready for pickup? Good. It really works.
Download the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app today.
Welcome back. The Honorable Minister for Housing, Reginald Austri, has announced that displaced families from the Colihaut constituency will now be able to move into their new homes by October 2016. After the passage of what was called one of the most destructive natural occurrences in Dominica's history, some residents of Colihaut, Coulibri, Dubla and Bioche were forced out of their homes. According to the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, construction of an additional 6 petrocasas has begun in the Colihaut constituency. Government is also partnering with the Seventh-day Adventist Church for the Adventist Development and Relief Agency ADRA in the construction of houses on that site. Work on 6 houses is ongoing and 3 of them are already well advanced, and is expected that over time an additional 19 will be constructed. The Honorable Housing Minister gave an update on the project.
In Platinum Pierre, the petrocasas there, Madam Speaker, half of them already covered. In 3 months, in 3 months, if you pass, Madam Speaker, you will see the petrocasas are covered. And I've been reassured that by September, October, before independence, the residents of Colihaut and Coulibri and Dubla who are affected by Erica will be resettled in their new homes too, Madam Speaker. And the Adventist people, Madam Speaker, from ADRA, the Seventh Adventist Church, Madam Speaker, they have already painted windows up, Madam Speaker, I think electricity and so on and so on. They're just working on one, Madam Speaker, and we have offered as a government some support and some assistance to them because we understand the difficult challenges that they're having to make a commitment to the government, and we are prepared to partner with them. It cannot be just left to the 7 days people, Madam Speaker, to do those houses. It's for us they're building it. It's for our people they're building it. And even they promise to build 9, Madam Speaker, and you can help in it, we have to help.
The minister expressed his commitment to assisting in the process. In addition to the resettlement of those communities, the government will continue simultaneously to pursue its housing revolution, to include the construction of new homes, elimination of pit latrines, home repair and renovation across the country, and government will assist in the relocation of people currently residing in vulnerable areas.
We have more challenged communities, Madam Speaker. We have more challenged. We have Campbell, we have Pishley, Paradise Valley in Baffin State. So we have work to do, Madam Speaker. We have a lot of work to do. And the government, Madam Speaker, is well on its way to ensuring that we can have a better society, building back better and stronger, Madam Speaker, for the people of Dominica.
The Ministry of Housing and Water Resource Management has been allocated 10.3% of the capital budget in the amount of $32.4 million. That amount reflects on ongoing rehabilitation and resettlement efforts by the government and government's firm policy and commitment to improving the quality of housing and sanitation in Dominica. The Parliament of Dominica has consented to establish a fund specifically to deal with the costs associated with natural disasters. Recent incidents have proven that the island is prone to natural hazards, including destructive rainfall events and earthquakes. The bill for cleanup and restoration following both Tropical Storm Erica and the 2013 Christmas Eve trough were crippling. Hence the reason for the Vulnerability, Risk and Resilience Fund.
The cost associated with rehabilitation and reconstruction is significant. While friendly governments and regional international institutions make available emergency assistance in the form of cash, technical assistance, or emergency response personnel, funding of the more long-term rehabilitation will always be a major challenge for government. It is in this context, and with the aim of building greater resilience in self-financing, rehabilitation and recovery, after disasters and external shocks, that the government of Dominica proposes to establish a Vulnerability, Risk and Resilience Fund. For such a facility to be sustainable, it must be appropriately designed and managed. The IMF is now providing technical assistance to the government to establish that fund.
Tax revenues and resources from the Citizenship by Investment Program will be allocated to establish the fund, which will be managed by the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank.
It is our hope that the fund will be further capitalized with resources from specially established facilities by the United Nations and other international partners aimed at reducing vulnerabilities and building resilience to the impact of climate change. It is also expected that proceeds from green projects developed by the government and with a revenue stream will also contribute to the fund. 2 projects already identified are the Geothermal Energy Development Project and the National Waste to Energy Initiative.
This fund could mean less financial shocks after sudden disaster and quicker response and recovery times. Finally, this news time, season tickets for the 2016 World Creole Music Festival are now on sale for the exceptional price of $250. Dominica Festivals Committee DFC Chairman Colin Piper stated that this offer is reflective of DFC's commitment to facilitating patrons who have been asking about the price offer and to make it affordable to all those wishing to secure their tickets early enough. Piper stated that the World Creole Music Festival is for the people and feels that the special offer makes it easier for loyal festival fans to begin preparing for this grand celebration in October. Patrons wishing to purchase their season tickets have the unique opportunity to do so at the DFC's office on the first floor of the Financial Center. This promotional price is for a limited time only. Tickets are redeemable from September 1st with the receipt given for each purchase. Each patron will only be allowed to purchase a maximum of 2 tickets for this special offer. The 19th edition of the World Creole Music Festival is slated for October 28th to the 30th at the Winter Park Sports Stadium in Roseau. The main headliners of this year's festival include Dominica's Lady of Song, Ophelia, Dominica's Songbird, Michelle Hennison, the Grand Mission Zouk, featuring several members of the legendary Kassav Band, Haitian international superstar Wyclef Jean, African pop sensation Akon, reggae star Pop Can, Morgan Heritage, the Gentleman and Soca Group, Kes the Band, along with local acts WCK, Triple K Global, Original Bouyo Pioneers, Midnight Groovers, and Bouyo Prince Asa Banton. For more information on the 19th Annual World Creole Music Festival, visit www.dominicafestivals.com. And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is up next with Creole Highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à ces nouvelles en créole. Non moins, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, le gouvernement Dominique a dépensé 5 millions de dollars en allocation budget l'année 2016, l'année 2017 pour réhabilitation de l'école primaire et puis secondaire tout le pays là. Premier ministre Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerritt fait parole que le ministre de l'Éducation qui recevait deuxième gros tranche de allocation budget là. Premier ministre a dit que le gouvernement qui dépensé en lot l'argent à l'école, ça fait autant nécessaire pour réhabilitation à Dandio. En même temps, le ministre de l'Éducation, Honorable Peter Saint-Jean, fait parole qui travaille qui prend place à l'école Calibichi, l'école Roosevelt Douglas à Guantas, l'école secondaire Goodwill, l'école primaire Goodwill, Sineco et puis Dominica Grammar School en Roseau. Le gouvernement a aussi fait provision pour faire de l'eau pour toute l'école au pays là. À la nouvelle, Dominique a bien représenté un séminaire qui mettait attention à ces législations quarantine. Chef département quarantine Ryan Ansem représenté Dominique en séminaire cela.
Nous travaillons bien en ministre agriculture. Nous attendons un meeting à Babad. Ça pour faire législation agricultural and food safety. Ça c'est 3 morceaux de législation, bill ou quelque chose en anglais, pour faire plan quarantine, bagay bet and livestock, environmental health, ou quelque chose food safety bill. Ces 3 législations ça en anglais, plan protection and quarantine bill, animal health bill, food safety bill. So ces 3 bills ça là qui aident nous regarder comment nous coordonner agricultural health and food safety. Comme vous savez, ministre agriculture ni bet avait plan, mais environmental health avait bureau standard yo ka travailler avec food safety. So nous pour regarder comment ces ministres ça là avait ces agencies ça là venir ensemble pour nous travailler parce que agricultural health avait food safety c'est un bitin nous pour travailler ensemble pour nous regarder comment moun ka manger qui safe.
La nouvelle développement sport en constituency Guanfon bien vivant. On ligue football katapé autant support en même parlement honorable Ivor Stevenson.
Ça nous qui tous les années nous en ligue football qui a commencé live civic et puis nous différents teams hod live civic hod Monjon hod La Plaine, Gonfon, Castle Rose, DCP. Et puis, nous tenons autant de monde en termes. Ça a fait mon content parce que mon carré qui monde aime sport et puis nous ni pour qui jeunes monde jouer plus sport comme football différents sports. Mais ligue ça c'est un positive ligue mon carré qui allait bien dans ça encore. Et puis mon le compliment c'est jeunes monde qui a faire ligue la live pour continuer faire ce travail ça là parce qu'il a apprécié jeunes monde aller en différents bains contre drugs et puis il a chaîne monde place là ensemble et pas monde place à tout seul monde hot différentes places qui venir ouais football et puis il a really fait monde amuser koyo et puis pour basi pour support pour sports en particulier football so mon cas qui ligue ça là c'est un bon ligue moi même as parle mon café pas moi mon cabay ici porte là de différentes manières et puis c'est jeune monde là content bien content parce nos beaux esprits ça dans la constituency et puis pays.
Et puis finalement travail qui prend place bien formidable à ces chimées en Rose Valley. Parole ça là sorti du parlement honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre Pendant la présentation en Parlement la semaine passée, selon Honorable McIntyre, Valley là autant important pour l'industrie touriste Dominique et puis travail plan bien formidable, c'est pour avancement pont, bordage chemin et puis pour paver ces chemins là. Travail déjà pour place en Cochrane, Colihaut, Bayak, Foncani, Loda et puis Waven. Design pour adresser situation en Cabanis, car aussi taper attention. Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non moins, c'est McPherson. Au revoir.
In today's tip, we'll share with you a few tips for productive living. Quitting is not an option. Don't give up on something or someone you believe in. Read as much as you can and as often as you can. Stop procrastinating. Stop ignoring unsettled problems. And take responsibility for your actions, the good and the bad. That's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is now available also on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Shaakira Pierre. Thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.